Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for coming back and hanging out with me. It's your boy Johnny. This is going to be a little bit of a different sort of video. I've always really liked prose and poetry and things like that, music, etc. Oh, stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek from a song that I've been working on and I actually recorded about a month ago. So anyway, this is a treatise, if you will, on the spirit of adventure. So, if you're not one for ridiculously over-the-top literary blah, then this may not be the video for you. But if you enjoy the workings of Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Poe, Emerson, if you enjoy philosophy, maybe stick around. This video might strike you. And without further ado, venture forth. The rabbit hole calls. Whether it was the looking glass that reminded you to revisit yourself, or simply the mundane came to pass far too often in the life of a weary traveler, venture forth. Undo the stock and trade of familiarity. It's exhausting. 'Tis not the depths of the quarrel with dragons that lay waste to the flesh bags of so many lost souls. It's not the volcano journey to rid the world of vile finery that bids man a greedy eye of his closest friends, that destroys the hearts of so many in search of. Insert that which may complete you. But without the spirit of adventure to negotiate the wilds of the unknown, or as a pretense inspire the bold steps to venture past the veil of known, what is safe, what is familiar, to the unknown, and to the shadows past where the visible light spectrum carries itself at the speed of itself into eyes, as the pupils decide how much is too much, and hugs the cones of light, thus ever more tightly as it wanes into dark oblivion. So, why? Why do we shirk back? What pulls us away from the beck and calls of the wild? Whether the nice and novel nighttime foray into the trails we know less and remain lesser known for the ills of uncertainty. Earlier still, what cons the contemporary heart into the fickle frailty of fear and frailty? I ask in earnest, what of the modern, human solution has doused the eternal flame that pushes back with vigor and curiosity against and into the next solution, the next understanding? Certainly, understanding is an undertaking of the boldest born, but has the breadth of a vining rod whose stock and trade is frustration, mindfully meandering into the wells of dissonance and forthwith fetching the fluid of confusion, flowing finally into the collective cauldron of this is possible, a tea we call I understand whether or not I agree. I digress, and do apologize. Often my love for verbose vernacular makes each page a vestibule, my fingers an eager orator on a pulpit of keys, the click-clacking my podium of purview, and I pray I pause prior to the point of pontificating. Let us discover and imbue, in fact. Let's discover the spirit of adventure and ponder its miraculous place in the history of man, and where can this spirit take us? Where does this spirit take us? Who in the history of mankind has embodied the sheer essence of this spirit? What vessels have taken us on our greatest adventures, and in fact, what have been some of the greatest adventures in our short blink on this planet? What adventures can we take on, and what have some of the greatest human minds chimed in on with regard to adventure? So, some 20,000 years ago, the land bridge known as Beringia emerged due to lower sea levels, connecting present-day Siberia and Alaska. Hunting, migrating herding animals took mankind on an adventure that shaped the bloodline of every single human in the Americas. It is the bold heart that looks into an unfamiliar sunset and says, I welcome you. Nay, I welcome myself into your trappings and I will survive. Nay, I will thrive and show others the secrets of my ways and successes, making them stronger. We can be a wisp or we can be the giant's shoulders. History doesn't often reward the courageous. This act Well, this is the reward. To become the silent pillars of infinity. Oh, the blessing to be the foundation of the successes of tomorrow. I mean, that's one way to time travel, right? Long before Beringia's existence gave way to one of our greatest adventures as humans, as a collective species, adventures perpetuated the social and technological growth and evolution of humanity. First, when Prometheus defied the gods to give us control of the warmth, protection, and light of fire. Well, and whether Prometheus' sub-pious propensity to propel people to the next phase of our collective existence bore the fruits of flame, or we simply tamed the excited embers of lightning, there is no denying the impact of this journey on the whole of man. Could you? Would you venture into the cast dark oblivion of a hole in the mountainside? A chasm beneath your very feet in the earth? Would you? Could you tame a heart racing, riveted to reels of rancor with no rest as the mind meddled amidst the imagined gods of old made real in the echoes of stalactite drip drops and unfamiliar chatter of what we now call a cave? The imagined monsters and reality of death as a result of these forays into the unfamiliar could not dissuade early man. This is the spirit of our ancestors inherited whence, and thus carried in the contemporary collective consciousness to a calamitous coffin called comfort. Defy this demon, this horseman adjacent to gluttony and greed. Defy the comfort creature begging to undo with its trappings of ease the infiniad of adaptations passed along to us by the generations long gone, not forgotten. It is their sweat, blood, and perseverance we undo with each and every passing moment we give to the fiend. Comfort. No sooner do we make child with complacence and protect our spawn with the far-fetched fury forged in the fires of fuck your failings and warmed by a hearth of how dare you. Shame subdued. Posits past passive or colored a toxic shade of blue. Let no assertion that you can be better go unshamed, uncancelled, or unforgiven when cast through the lens of, I am a victim of life, a life hell-bent on putting me through suffering, shackles, and a burden willfully worn. When wise do not suffice, the wise indeed do wonder what winds wait when we wade into the shallows of meek. Take to the depths of uncertainty with your Nautilus, O Nemo of now. Steer clear of the shallow water. Become the vassal in the lands of exploration, for the sake of claiming a crumb of its countryside, heeding the lord of the land's call to action. Go forth into the horizon. Bravery will be the consequence of your legacy. Is it likely that you or I will be remembered in the scope of Amelia Earhart? No. But what satiating solo adventures of stamina and will amid vast wonders are waiting for you in the cockpit of destiny? Will the children scream your name as they splash blindly about in the pool? Marco, Polo, trying to discover the unknown bodies around them, reliving the journey of a man whose namesake is the game? No, but you can explore. Will you? My good friend Aaron is a modern-day Sacagawea, gathering trails endlessly to guide the traveler. What is your destination? If your destination is the end, then you're already dead. Assuredly, the accent mark over the final day of every breathing body is the cold, still, sweet surrender. So, if the destination is not the end, then the destination must be the adventure. Whose story will be your muse? A good story never wanes or withers. Yours, too, can be a good story, a breadcrumb adjacent to inspire the path less traveled. It matters that it's written, not that it's read. What of this thing? This wheeled magnetic motor with battery and controller. With one wheel, it must be a uni-something. It has pedals, but no cyclical motion to warrant the title unicycle. It is electric, and we shall still call it unicycle. An electric unicycle seems to be the current, socially agreed on nomenclature. What of this thing indeed? Miles. These take minutes to eat with my feet at a cadence that would be hard to keep for any length of time. The best humans run 23 miles. Marathons, they call them. It's not a party I'd like. Some run for 100, but that is a rare few. To them, I suspect adventure is no stranger. The unfamiliar and familiar pangs of hunger and aching are dragons of the modern sort. Nature's expanse is infinite to a lifetime of human senses. There's so much to see, not to make light of the feat of men's feet when put to a stoic sensibility, but What if the horizon was a bit closer? Would you go? Would you go there and come back in time for dinner? They say you don't have to swim fastest to dodge the gaping maw of a predatory swimmer. Simply swimming faster than the slowest food will do. But what if you could outpace all of the food? What if you could outpace the predators? Would you dance in the elephant graveyard where little lion cubs dare not go? I could eat miles on miles an hour. I could eat 45 miles in a single hour. I mean, if time is the ultimate currency of man, kindness and love, of course, have fair trade value. Human life is finite, so time is the arbiter, and its hourglass and sand show no favor, hold no quarter, and give no mercy. In its progression, greatness will rise and fall into the vast oblivion of history, or hers. This seems to be a point of contention, largely dependent on the orator. If I could give you this vessel of adventure, and you could experience the wonders of the world in moments with the quiet intrigue that comes with being a spectator so fast that nature barely blinks as the blur fades into the hum that came and went as a swarm of bees. Ah, the Navi tire, you know what I'm talking about. Would you take these winged feet, God-souled Talaria? What flights of fancy would these Hermes Air Max afford you? You could reshape the entirety of history with the HMS Beagle. Map the vast Pacific in your endeavor. Chase bold new worlds, whether by the ancient Kon-Tiki of Thor or the moon landing Apollo 11. Face your fears. Stake your claim. Place your flag in a mound of earth such that generations to come will know that the vast expanse can be ventured, tamed, and not just endured, but become a place where dreams take root and echoes of belonging songs and dance thrive. A heaven, a haven, a land we call homestead. The forward operating station from which future adventures set sail. Set sail with adventure. Set sail. The curiosity and courage of man has landed us here. We've journeyed through the sea, poked and prodded its depths, through the air, in far-fetched flights of fancy, over land for hundreds and thousands of miles, one shining sea to another, coast to coast. Into space, the final frontier, its vast blackness more empty than full and humbling to simply contemplate. Our adventurous collective self has delved into virtual worlds and virtual AI minds. It seems our curiosity knows no end. We embrace the uncertainty of what the next step means. Love is a noble reason. Survival is empirical. However, sometimes, the best times, the next step is simply for the sake of taking the next step. When was the last time you faced your fears? Reminded yourself that courage is your birthright. We are all connected in a web of exploration that is continuously evolving and changing the way it happens and shares its findings. You will be a part of this web, whether or not you choose to with your forward mind. I love the scope of all that this presents, but something happened to adventure. Someone, somewhere, conspired a vile thing that made your backyard a place to escape from. See, adventure is a spirit, a perspective, a set of eyes that are curious and beaming with intent to discover. You could travel the world and never have an adventure. Sadly, you'd believe because you ate food somewhere that wasn't home, you'd done something special. We build ourselves to ignore what is right in front of us, using our cars to insulate us from the sound, smells, and painful distance of the world around us. Instead, we blink, spot to spot, milking time for time as a currency to commute. There are trails you miss at the edge of the clearing. There are bike paths to secret gardens and jumps you never see. There are animals which don't mind you watching their lives unfold. Interesting people with interesting, not always good smells. Places which get cool because they're close to water and you wouldn't know it if you were in an air-conditioned vehicle. There's so much we are encouraged to miss and take for granted. Somewhere, things got weird. Look, I can go on forever, but at the end of the day, the take-home is this. Go outside and open up your eyes. Take the path less traveled. Don't be scared to bump your head. Just wear a good helmet. You're gonna fall, but you only fail when you stop getting back up. Get yourself an e-bike, scooter, one wheel, or my favorite, clearly, the electric unicycle. No matter what magically mannered method of mobility you choose to embrace, it will be the spirit of adventure that carries you forward. Big shout out to my sponsors, In Motion, Lazy Rollers, E-Rides, E-Wheels, Naps Happen, Juan Torres, Paris Torres, Bob Yan over at PidZoom. I appreciate you. Alright guys, thanks so much. Enjoy the beat from my homie John B. And again, stick around. You're going to get to hear a little bit from my new song.
This shit is gangsters. Yeah. Ever since I first opened my eyes, my voice meant hope in a fight. My voice meant hope in a life, so I never back down when they open a mic. Most of the times they ain't holding it right, so I show them what it's like when I go for the stripes. They know I'm a star at the end of the night. Photons be birthing, I shining so bright. Damn, they're blind with the third eyesight. Dimensions merge with every verse I write. Break bread with the best in the north, south, east, and the west. Ain't got shit to get off of my chest. I address that shit when it happens. Won't hold on to the baggage. Chaos dragons are beasts in the night. Bars got teeth when I bite like bargs. The universe give cause a universe guard. God body made a universe star. Dust. Got genie jeans. Love my mom, but yo, she mean. Side by side, I'm like a mini me, but I'm super big. And if you ask my mom, I was a super kid. All I do is superlative. I learned to fly so I could burn a bridge, but I don't burn a bridge cause I'm a nicer dude. I do the do, I don't try to do. Your cipher's dope if I'm sliding through, but I ain't sliding through, so it's probably whack. Y'all copycats up off coffee cats with cloning rules, so the copy's trash of a copycat whose copy's trash. I'm Spider-Man 2099. They fuck it up and I said it right. On Speed Racer in a Mach 5. They try to bury and I just survive. Win the race, save the day, get the dame. That's my life, I can't complain. Gotta go, Johnny go vroom. A Johnny gon' do what a Johnny gon' do.
Boom. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I reached out to Wrong Way to see if he'll do a collab with me. Maybe if you guys reach out also, we might get somewhere with that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks as always. I love you guys. Later.